For any of you that's going to ask me about certain dramas, I will just tell you to check my community tab. That's all I'm going to say. So I am talking about JLR. I did a video that set him off.
There are several videos on Uni's channel that feature JLR. I have included the ones I found.
Okay. Now, what they're trying to do, and I say there as in, and it's pretty funny because in the letter that JLR sent my family member to their home, no, not my home, their home, he listed names of YouTubers. I guess you could call them YouTubers. Betty was mentioned, Bullhorn Betty. Molly was mentioned, Molly Go Lightly. There were names there that I don't even know what the hell it was. Like, I know what it said, and I know some of the things that were mentioned. And Queen Bee was brought up. Oh, hold on. Season says, I'm so sorry here he's doing these things to you. Chronicles, I was saying to Uni, but really any and all should make reports if they start sending things to your homes and loved ones. Yes, and I'm going to handle it with my lawyer and have my lawyer do everything. Whatever, you can have charges pressed for what they're doing will be pressed.
Hold on. So he tags Queen Bee in a community post. And he says, Queen Bee, just to inform you, JLR brought you up in a letter he sent my mother after he and Betty doxed them. The letter is pure harassment. So I wanted to inform you of this. Can't be bothered with the message, can't be bothered with the call, can't be bothered with having your mods reach out to her mods. You can't be bothered with any of that, can you? You make a community post saying that the letter that includes her name is full of harassment by a known crazy person on the internet. I'll explain live. And if you want to jump on your panel for a couple minutes or talk to you off air, let us know.
I want to know what the news has to say about people running fundraisers collecting money off of a murder. And I want to know, does JLR do the same thing?
Okay, I ignore you. Here's what happens. Every time I do a video on you, which is going to be every fucking day for a week, the next week, every time I do a video, you're going to get mad. You're going to try to threaten me in some way with a sock account. Here's the deal, buddy. You can do all the stuff that you're going to do to try to intimidate me and try to attack me, and I'm going to sit at my house and play video games and do my live streams and do my videos, and every time that YouTube and PayPal and Twitter respond to my reports, I'm going to write them back immediately. Are you feeling me? You got me, bro? I'm going to expedite this shit. With you, it's going to be an immediate response. We're going to fast track this as much as possible. We're going to see if we can't get as many people to go to Team YouTube on Twitter and to put in their hands what you're up to. Okay? Go back every year. Every year this motherfucker doxes somebody, attacks somebody, threatens people, stalks people, harasses people, knocks on the doors of people who have experienced tragedies, murders, and all this stuff in their life.
In the letter that JLR sent my family member to their home, no, not my home, their home.
Okay, so he's going to try to rile you up and tell you how dangerous this potentially could be. There's that.
I know what it said, and I know some of the things that were mentioned. And Queen Bee was brought up. So
Queen Bee to be mentioned. I mean, if it was more than that, I would assume, you would have put her safety at first hand. Like that would have been the first thing, considering she's a mom with children. JLR has a history of dangerous behavior. Those are your talking points. At
this point, EKC reached out to the JLR team to verify if a letter was sent to UniRock. The following clip is from an EKC stream on May 7. Erin is reading the email she sent to a rep for JLR to inquire about the letter.
So here's what I send. I'm not going to share directly their email because I feel like that isn't, I don't know, it isn't polite. But I will be reading from their email, but I will show what I wrote. All right. So here's the email I sent. This is what I was sent through the email submission form on the website. It says, okay, so I'm not really press. I'm a YouTuber with a channel called EKC People Suck. My name is Erin. And though I am not press, I am contacting you to ask for a comment. I've been discussing UniRock, aka Jason Smith, on my channel again recently. Specifically, his claim that his mom received a letter sent to her by you. Just tonight, he posted to have received a second letter at his mom's house from you. I would like to ask you if you did in fact send any letters to Jason or any of his family members recently, and if so, what was the reason for sending the letter? And could you share with me the contents of any such letters? I would be most pleased to be able to verify UniRock's claims as true or false. Thank you very much for your time and consideration. Have a great day. And sincerely, my contact info is there at the bottom.
Your letter didn't contain anything about how you've changed since then. It has no admission of what you did back then. I know you're motivated by obsession. You're angry when somebody commentates on you. And you could have responded appropriately to my video because my video was true.
Now, I'm going to read to you their statement. So they say, hi, Erin, this is Magnolia, and I'm the channel producer and brand manager for JLR Investigates. We appreciate you reaching out to us about the recent string of bizarre claims made by UniRock on his YouTube channel regarding JLR. While we cannot comment on any potential or pending legal actions, we would like to clarify a few important details regarding the letter mentioned by UniRock. 1. We recently sent a retraction demand and notice to cease and desist letter intended solely for the owners/operators of the Rock-A-Lot channel. 2. Only one letter was sent, but a copy was sent to multiple addresses via certified mail to ensure it was received, as we were uncertain of UniRock's location. We were unable to determine if he resides with family members or on his own, so the letter was sent to the best known addresses we had. Clearly, one or more addresses turned out to be correct. 3. The letter was not handwritten, and it did not mention UniRock's mother. 4. We included his father in the salutation simply because it's difficult to imagine that UniRock is capable of running a full-time YouTube channel on his own, and we felt it was logical that his father must provide some level of support. Some shade right there. Next, we quoted UniRock's own video titles that defamed JLR, and since UniRock's channel is entirely centered around trashing other creators, those videos naturally included the names of others who were unfortunately dragged into them. Example, Betty and JLR full on DB Queen B, Molly Go Ban Evady, Cringe Theater Live. God damn, UniRock, what the fuck? That's a title? Yes, that would be the one and only mention of Queen Bee that UniRock so dramatically turned into a brazenly false claim that she was threatened in the letter. It was his own video title and his own words that we quoted. Now, goes on to say, we first became aware of UniRock a few weeks ago when he began churning out video after video that maliciously defamed JLR's character and undermined his work as a journalist. While haters and trolls are an expected part of running a successful YouTube channel, UniRock's defamation of JLR rose to such a shocking level that we knew addressing him publicly on our channel would not be the appropriate course of action. Frankly, I had no interest in lowering the standards of our channel by even mentioning someone as distasteful as UniRock. Instead, we sent a private retraction demand and notice to cease and desist, citing specific examples of knowingly false statements he's made, and we gave him the opportunity to retract and take them down. We were somewhat surprised, although not completely shocked, when he responded by fabricating even more outlandish claims, each one more imaginary than the last. We do find it ironic that UniRock's response to receiving a cease and desist letter was to immediately take to multiple live streams and continually repeat the lie that JLR doxed him. As you and your viewers correctly observed in your live stream, this is obviously a demonstrably false claim and never happened. Among the many defamatory statements and false claims he's made, UniRock's obsession with JLR and doxing in particular is highly disturbing, and we are concerned about JLR's safety and the impact this could have on his reputation. Jonathan has worked extremely hard to build a successful career as a true crime investigative journalist, and his dedication and hard work are evident in every video he produces. I understand that JLR's style may not be for everyone, but not liking someone is no excuse for knowingly defaming them with malicious intent. Further, UniRock's directed attacks encouraging his viewers to participate in targeted harassment and mass reporting of JLR's channel is unacceptable and overly egregious. We take these matters very seriously, and we're committed to protecting JLR's reputation and hard work. Thank you again for your inquiry, and we hope this clarifies some of the misconceptions about the quote-unquote letter and our response to UniRock's claims. I really appreciate your respectful and professional approach by reaching out via press inquiry. As stated above, we find even the mention of someone like UniRock on our channel to be distasteful and far below our editorial standards. I've attached a copy of the cease and desist letter here for your review. UniRock's real name is redacted to protect his identity. I haven't looked at it yet, so I'm not going to share it yet. I want to look it over first. As outlined above, we are not interested in doxing anyone, as UniRock so maliciously claims. As you will see, the only true statement UniRock has made regarding this matter is that a quote-unquote letter was sent.
The next clip is Aaron reading the letter that JLR has sent to UniRock. I apologize that it is blurry.
Hello. Dear, I'm guessing Jason's actual name, Jonathan Lee Riches is a highly respected investigative journalist who operates a prominent independent media channel called JLR Investigates within the YouTube true crime community. This letter has been sent to protect his channel's prestigious integrity, as we have been informed that you have been maliciously spreading inaccurate, blatantly false, and or unfounded information that is damaging to the business's reputation. Under the laws in the state of Florida, where Mr. Riches resides, and whatever resides, it is unlawful for an individual to make deliberate statements that intend to harm the reputation of another party without factual evidence or based on hearsay. Defamatory statements have been repeatedly published to YouTube by, UniRock, who has made numerous videos regarding Jonathan Lee Riches and his business on his YouTube channel. UniRock has also made numerous false, libel, malicious, and inflammatory tweets about Mr. Riches and his business on his Twitter account at UniRock TV. Specific examples include, but are certainly not limited to, the following. False statements that Mr. Riches engages in, quote, stalking or, quote, doxing of victims and or their family members by simply reporting newsworthy information to his audience, as well as attributing the actions of other YouTubers, such as, quote, Doug Live Northport, unquote, to Mr. Riches. See, okay, and then there's a link included. Next, demonstrably false and defamatory statements that Mr. Riches is a, quote, unquote, tragedy pimp, affiliated with other YouTube creators such as, quote, Bullhorn Betty, Molly Golightly, etc. As a matter of fact, Mr. Riches and his YouTube channel are completely independent and not affiliated in any way with any other YouTube creators or channels. These statements are untrue and are harmful to Mr. Riches' reputation as an independent journalist. And more links. Next, demonstrably false claims that Mr. Riches accused William Sumner, neighbor of Sarah Dreyer, of having something to do with her disappearance. On the contrary, Mr. Riches published public information regarding a complaint filed by Mr. Sumner's wife, Stephanie, or against Mr. Sumner's wife, Stephanie, by Sarah Dreyer. I don't know how to pronounce some of these last names, so I apologize. But it was not related to Mr. Sumner. This report was connected to the disappearance of a missing woman, Sarah, and therefore was of high importance to the public. Next, falsely claiming that Mr. Riches went to the home of the Sumners and filmed there. In fact, Mr. Riches never went to their home, and his own footage proves that all of his reporting was done from the public street. Next, demonstrably false statements that Mr. Riches did not participate in search efforts for Sarah. This is easily proven false by multiple videos of Mr. Riches' search efforts, including the full 5-hour video Mr. Riches live streamed on 4/19, titled Search for Missing 38-Year-Old Sarah, Riverview, Florida. Next, intentional selective editing of the same Mr. Riches live stream, video dated 4/19/23, Search for Missing 38-Year-Old Sarah, Riverview, Florida, with the sole intent of maliciously maligning Mr. Riches' character with false statements and accusations. Titling of videos and creating thumbnails which defame Mr. Riches' character by stating he is, quote, scamming his 45,000 subscribers by simply conducting the act of investigative journalism with boots on the ground coverage that is highly valuable service to his subscribers. Sorry, I don't know why I can't read tonight. Mr. Riches' reporting is of extreme importance to the public and assists in raising awareness and encouraging ongoing efforts to locate missing persons by reporting factual information relating to these cases. Derogatory and malicious statements alleging that Mr. Riches, quote, hates women. This is a harmful and malicious statement against Mr. Riches' character and is not based on any factual evidence. In addition to intentionally making false and malicious statements about Mr. Riches, aka UniRock, aka Rockalot, has on multiple occasions directed his subscribers to engage in coordinated disinformation campaigns and targeted harassment of Mr. Riches by mass reporting his accounts on YouTube and Twitter, discouraging his viewers from donating to his cause, and encouraging them to repeat knowingly false statements with the malicious intent of harming his reputation, livelihood, and his media business in an effort to have his channel taken down. If you do not issue a complete retraction of false and malicious statements against Mr. Riches and comply with the cease and desist letter, then a lawsuit may be filed against you in the proper jurisdiction, seeking monetary damages, as well as pursuing all available legal remedies for your continued defamation. In addition, this shall serve as a pre-suit letter demanding that you provide us with written assurance by May 2nd that you will cease and desist from making further factually untrue statements. Sincerely, Jonathan Lee Riches.
Doing this on, I don't understand why he's doing this on a panel instead of reaching out privately first.
Well, and that's something. Okay, so there's a couple things. Yeah, there's a couple things I got to say about this. Why? Right, that's one of them. So why not come to me and privately and say, hey, those letters that JLR was sending them, they had whatever the fuck he said, I don't even know what in them about you or whatever. Just want to give you a heads up. No, I get a screenshot sent to me today that said, did you see this? And I'm like, see what? So then I read this and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Hey guy, that should have been offered before you put it out here like this.
Yeah, I can't with the self-important.
I'm so sick of it.
Why do you put?
Like I said, I'm like confused. I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on? What do you mean? Because first of all, come to me and be like, hey, JLR put this in here, or send me a screenshot or a picture of what the fuck he put in there, or you know what I'm saying? Or even just a simple.
He ain't got content.
I mean, his wife could have reached out, Navy Techs could have reached out, like anybody. Anybody that's mentally and fucking sane, he's mentally not right in the fucking head, and he's mentioning me to your fucking mother. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah. Now, it would turn out that UniRock was actually telling the truth, that a letter was very likely sent to his mother's house. Wasn't for his mother, wasn't directed towards his mother, wasn't whatever. It was for UniRock. It was a legal form. It was a cease and desist. And nobody was threatened. Queen Bee was barely even mentioned. I mean, so why UniRock had to go and scare her and have her, worried for her kids and everything is beyond me. Well, I know why he did it, but whatever.
On the mix. Kopung posisi. Kopung posisi.